Welcome to Fitness and Finance Radio. I'm your co-host, Tony Shore, and I am here with Jeff and Jennifer. Jeff Smith on the financial side and Jennifer Scherer on the fitness side. And you also work together on both of those things.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
fitness, your the health of your finances and the health of your physical health, financial health and physical health.
That's right.
And I'll tell you right now, they go hand in hand.
They do.
Yes, they
In
do.
my opinion. And you guys have really made that clear. I mean, anyone who's actually watched the shows
Yeah.
and listens to what you have to say, you're like, wow, that really makes sense. Especially, Jeff, you do a lot of retirement planning, right?
That's my plan.
And in retirement, what's one way that you're going to spend less in retirement if you're more physically healthy, right?
Right. I mean, anytime that we can safeguard ourselves against potential health issues, one of the largest, asset stealers is going to be negative health situation. If you have to go to a long-term care unit, that is even, I mean, you just might as well, turn it all over, because that's typically where it goes.
The number one reason that people invest money in the stock market and save money through their working years and put money into a 401k is for retirement.
Yep.
Right.
To cover costs. And what is one of the biggest costs people have in retirement, even with Medicare? Healthcare, right?
Healthcare, 100%.
Yeah. So I don't think it can be more directly related than
Right.
that. But I know that I'm just on a high horse and I jumped right in without you guys because I heard somebody say, what does fitness have to do with finance? Why would they combine those two?
Right.
I thought it was so funny that someone said, these guys must be grifters.
I love that. That was
And one of the reasons they said is like, no one, fitness has nothing to do with finance. So these are just two, I think they think you're just two homeless people trying to scam. I mean,
that's what I was thinking.
And nothing against people, the jobless, but they just painted you as like these street grifters out there, pickpockets. And I'm like, wow, they both offer no cost, no charge, no obligation consultations. So you can actually meet with you, ask questions, get help.
Right.
And at least an initial hour-long consultation and no obligation to continue further.
Exactly.
No cost. And boy, and you guys, it fits so well together that you guys have a combined website business and you're intertwining them from healthy food to exercise to financial well-being and financial planning. I mean, the person that made that comment, I don't think they've been listening to the show since we started.
Well, I think it's the odd way that they got to us. And I think, before we touch on that, I want to just say, like, we're betting a lot that it matters together, right? Because, we spend a significant amount of time building
money.
A book, that will outline, and it'll help the do-it-yourselfers too. It's not just
you're putting out a book.
We're putting out a book that actually intertwines this, and I think will revolutionize, both industries. I really do. I think there's something here that people have missed over the years, and I know I've spent a lot of time talking to my clients about health situations, and I've been in the top 1% of the world in life insurance production for the last however many years, 10 15 years, probably longer. And it is a real issue. Health is an issue, and it costs money if you're not healthy. I can tell you that. Sometimes you don't even qualify for coverages if you aren't healthy enough to get it. And so I know firsthand, and I personally, I was 300 pounds at one point, and I was afraid to go and get a medical for life insurance because I knew that I would either pay too much or get declined, and it would affect my future rates, even if I had lost weight. So I know firsthand how debilitating that can be. So there is nothing more synergistic than fitness and finance. And in my opinion, it takes the same types of things to do both: responsibility, discipline, all those things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think, babe?
I mean, I feel like they're the two areas people avoid too. They procrastinate or they feel overwhelmed.
These are the two areas that we put off. And, you know, I've learned from Jeff over the years and others on the financial side. And now I've got to just finally make the leap and really commit to that fitness side. You like Jeff said, a lot of people miss out. And a lot of people put these things off. I'm guilty of that, especially on the fitness side. And if I had been doing both for this whole time and not just the financial side, I would be in such better shape. I mean, hindsight's 2020. We'd all be in better financial and physical shape if we'd known then what we know now. Right. But the problem is a lot of people are still putting it off. And you can't do that, can you?
No, because they determine, I mean, both areas kind of determine how you age, how you feel, you know, what options you have in life. And then when you do finally decide to take care of your body, you're going to be able to make better financial decisions.
There you go. Especially mentally. I mean, that's where I saw my mom was a bookkeeper, a CPA, on top of it, like the most organized, very good at math and organization. And she did the books for multiple small businesses for her whole life. This is what she did. And she was great at learning. When websites became a thing, started, you know, the internet in the 90s started, she went to school to learn how to do a website for the company she worked for.
Wow.
And I mean, this is in the 90s when I was already graduated high school by that time. My mom was older, and most people her age didn't even know how to use a computer, let alone design a website. So she's great. But my point is health, because of certain things and lack of understanding about certain foods and things. Now she's got some Alzheimer's issues and dementia. People have, and you know, those things can creep in, and there may be ways to stave that off. Your mind is one of the first things to go for a lot of people, and maybe there's a way to postpone that, and then you can't make good financial decisions. I saw her much too young, debilitated by health. Right. And that led to not only financial problems, but not making the best decisions financially because of the health. So
I saw my grandmother. She lived in our living room for years because of a stroke.
Yeah.
She didn't take care of herself.
Yeah.
And it was very, very difficult and very impactful for me.
Yeah.
Right. She didn't have the money to pay for the care that she needs. So my mom.
That's so sad.
Right. So I mean, everybody's got one of those stories, right? It's not unique to me, but it was so impactful that I believe it's a big part of why I do what I do. I'm very defensive in my structuring of financial plans as long as it calls for it, obviously. But you know, I look at financial planning like a chessboard in securing your, you know, protecting the queen, protecting the king, most important thing, and you know, and then go on the offensive.
Sure.
But anyway, I think that you know, what I really want to focus in on today is
misconceptions.
And how young I am. And
so a lot of comments on the internet about you two, at least this one discussion.
I love it.
And you shared these with me, and I almost fell off my chair. The part about, and of course I went off on the part about, we already addressed that, that fitness doesn't go with finance, so you must be grifters. But then somebody was very, boy, I want to say confused, but either confused or mean. I'm gonna, maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but it doesn't sound like we should on this one. They said the older woman on the show, referring to Jennifer, and the young guy. It's like
ran the finance company.
Winning
who the young guy who runs the finance company. I'm like, boy, I'm glad they didn't comment on the co-host. Holy cow. Where would I fit in all this? I mean, if let's get this straight. So Jennifer, you're the older person and you're with this young buck, Jeff?
I know. I'm robbing the cradle.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Obviously. Cougar.
So good.
I love it. You know, and it begs the, you know, question of if she actually saw it. I'm assuming it's a woman. I shouldn't, but I do. Tamara. We know.
I think you know who the
Yeah.
instigator of some of these comments
Right.
were.
Yes.
It wasn't Fredericksburg talk, probably. It was more like Florida talk.
Well, we were definitely trending. I think that
Yeah,
got
we
up
were
to like
trending.
80 comments.
Yes.
Not for a workout video, not
No.
for a financial tip, but because someone decided we are, wait for it, anti-LGBTQ and supporting hate.
Publicly supporting
Yeah, you publicly support hate, and boy, if I think of two people with hate in their hearts, the first two names are well, they're not Jeff and Jennifer. I was trying to think of something to say there. I can't. You guys, yeah, you're the opposite of that. It's so funny that someone would say it. They're obviously, and I think, you know,
so sad.
Yeah, it's someone with a grudge, probably.
Yeah, I
as
think it's probably somebody who knows us, because, you know, the way it was formulated, and this is probably not the forum to talk about it, but we've dealt with manipulators and narcissists, and, you know, it's very difficult because we can see through the comments.
Sure.
And so, you know, when they try to discredit some, you know, it seems there's always a shred of truth that they build this elaborate scheme around to make you look bad. Right. So the truth in this is that we mentioned Charlie Kirk's death, right?
Oh,
that's the truth in it, right? But everything else was built on opinion that could look like fact to a normal person, right? So that you would want to,
but it wasn't.
Right. You want to get on this train of, oh, these people must be really bad. And this is what
because you guys aren't hateful personally, and you're not exclusive business wise either. You're willing to work with. I mean, I think the example is people are like they're not inclusive was one thing they said.
Yeah,
and they have hate. If they weren't inclusive, do you think I'd be co-hosting the show? I mean, wouldn't they get some other young buck, ripped buck, like kind of like Jeff to co-host with you two?
Nice.
You know, can we change the name of the show to Older Lady and Young Buck?
Yes, let's do that.
My gosh.
I think we should.
Well,
Older Lady and Young Buck Radio.
I mean,
love it.
First of all, you didn't see the video clearly, because there's no way that somebody's going to think that Jennifer is older than me. But also, thank
not
you.
Even close.
I mean, I was inside. I was like, you know what?
The best
still got it. Just like I still got it.
I think two things that great came from this. First of all, free marketing.
Yeah, thank you.
Honestly,
for watching our show too.
Like, if you're going to talk about us online, let's at least make it entertaining.
Yeah.
And the best part I thought was dozens of people jumped in and said, actually, these people are the least hateful humans on planet Earth.
Right.
And our clients defended us like it was the Hunger Games.
Yeah, specifically.
Well, let's not go with least hateful. I've seen Jeff when there's technical issues.
That's true.
I've heard the way Jeff will talk to technology when it's not working. So we can't go to least. We can't go to completely the other side. Let's be realistic.
It's true.
But no, when it comes to people and working with people, you guys are all inclusive.
Well,
I think you're great.
I will tell you this. I grew up in 2018, and I grew up in a big way. I started forming boundaries, and even further than that, barriers.
Right.
And I'll tell you something. I don't work with jerks. I will say that. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you believe. I am secure in my belief.
Yeah.
So I know who I am. You don't need. If you need me to validate your or believe like you do, you're probably not firm in what your beliefs are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so what I've learned is that I am who I am, and I match the energy. And back in 2018, I was not discriminating in any fashion. I asked my staff, hey, who makes you cringe when the phone rings? And everybody had about the same 10 people. And I had a firm conversation with them and let them go. And I will say that from that day, from that time period on, I am selective with people from the aspect of reciprocation.
Right. And that's not, so the inclusivity isn't that, you won't work with people because of political beliefs or religious beliefs or anything like that.
I love it. I love it.
But it's that, are they a good fit?
Right. Exactly.
Are they going to be good to your staff, and
Right.
and are you get along? And if you just feel like, hey, this person, we're probably not a good fit for each other because what you want is not what we provide. And yeah, that's another thing where, the insinuation there that you were out, the guy who used the G word. I don't even like to say grifters. You look like a couple of grifters. Right off the streets.
I literally had to look up the word because I had no idea what it meant.
Oh yeah, I knew what it. Con artists, grifters.
Yes.
But I mean, it's just like, no, you're struggling small business owners, just like a lot of folks in town, and you're trying to provide a service for people,
right?
And you're not. Yeah, that's.
And we've got. I mean, I know I can speak for Fredericksburg Fitness, and Jeff, I'm sure the same. We've got clients in every category: gay, straight, trans, confused, fabulous, or still trying to figure out their macros. And we love everyone, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to make light of this, but the only thing we discriminate against is bad form.
Bad form. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Bad financial choices.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
The viewpoint that we have as an initial, the initial part of our process says nothing about your background, right? It's based on, facts about what you do financially or in your fitness journey. It has nothing to do with what your makeup is, right? We don't care about that stuff. We want to help whoever's willing to do the work and to listen and be a part of the process, not somebody combative and not really there for the right reasons.
Yeah. So I should get to the meat and potatoes of this, but if the intention was to rattle us, sorry, we're busy running 2 Jeff's
3 businesses,
100 more clients with their retirement, shipping functional food to go, recording podcasts,
writing a book, on TV. We were on TV this week.
That's really that's great. You guys were on TV again. Were you on which affiliate this time? Was it NBC or CBS?
CBS. They're so great. Amy Lacey, I want to give her a shout out. She's just so genuine, and she actually gave us some great support about this comment because she too and is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and was like somebody accused her of lying or on TV and made a mean comment or something, and I'm just like,
people on the internet, you gotta just ignore it usually. In this case, I know it's hard because it's someone from your past that's bitter about it.
We know that, and under an anonymous.
Right.
Why else? If you're gonna post and say I disagree with you politically and I don't think people should do business with you because of your politics, you might want to go ahead and not post that anonymously if you're firm in your beliefs. I mean, you guys are on a podcast talking about what you do, so it's all out there for folks. And so but I just think obviously Jennifer, the anonymous, was not a fan of yours because it's obvious that Jeff robbed the cradle here. And everyone knows it. And that I is
love it. I have to thank that anonymous for the workout because I burned a ton of calories laughing.
There you go. We can burn calories laughing.
I also want to address the fact that the reason that they were anonymous was they were concerned about how potentially aggressive we would be.
You guys are aggressive.
With because we had disclosures on our
you're aggressive podcast because you have disclosures that say that you're not soliciting comments and that sometimes you're not able to take comments. And I know that that's because of the financial side. I can attest because the company that I work through, they are a financial company, and at least they're supposed to, financial advisors have those same disclosures about comments. Technically, you're not supposed to solicit or allow testimonials. Is what the financial. I don't know why that's a rule, but compliance is pretty strict in the financial world, which, to protect consumers, that's great. Some of compliance, of course, don't get me started, isn't at all about protecting consumers when it comes to the financial realm. But I think that's good. And you have all the disclosures on there.
I'm a registered investment advisor in the state of Virginia. And so I'm required to have lots of different disclosures everywhere. And in order to stay compliant, that's
on everything you do. It's on your YouTube page. It's everywhere.
Right. And I think one of the commenters pointed out to the anonymous person that which I thought was amazing, how he, I think it was a gentleman that he kind of like broke down all of the defaming, accusations that were presented as fact, but their opinion. Right. And I thought that was really good. It got it got like 75 likes or something. And so I was really thankful for the people that could see through sort of the nonsense that was.
Yeah, that's too bad though that you have to deal with it. But although, like you say, it is good publicity. People are like, oh, maybe I should watch those videos.
So many more people saw our
see
show.
which way we went with that. So I think that's great. And I know you're going to post a clip from that show of Jennifer explaining. There was a great thing at the end of that show that Jennifer did. As always, you and I are like, oh yeah, we're over here mumbling, and Jennifer is eloquently making the point, the beautiful point. And Jeff and I are off. I don't know what we're doing, man.
I know.
Arguing over pizza toppings. Well, she's eloquently helping people. Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem.
There's a meme that it's perfect, and it's got like how I see my wife, and then she's this like flowing robe walking down the stairs, and then it goes to how my wife sees me, and then I can't finish that part because it's probably more than PG, but it's really
on the couch with your hand just tucked under your belt, no shirt on,
exactly,
watching TV,
exactly,
with Cheetos kind of dust all over your bare stomach.
So it's actually a perfect depiction of what we're trying to get across here. Just eloquent. And
so we do have to keep the show short today. So misconception, we're talking about misconceptions, and it's easy to happen. It happens all the time, especially with the internet. People can get carried away or emotional. But there are misconceptions about both fitness and finance. And I think even at the beginning of the show, we addressed some of those where, people don't realize a big misconception. I think one of the biggest things here people need to realize is how much your health will financially impact you. I mean, that is just, that is
fact.
That's a fact. And I see it with my parents. And I think anybody who's gone through it with their parents maybe and seen these struggles. If my parents had been working with a trusted fiduciary financial professional who had put together a retirement plan for them and that was in their best interest based on their personal situation, not cookie cutter or rules of thumb like you hear out there, but a personal plan. It's the same with health, right? You try to give advice on the show, but I know both of you have told me, Tony, this is hard because everybody's situation is different. Right. You're not going to tell somebody, you're not just going to say, this is the workout you need to do to be healthy, and say, this is for all our listeners. Here's what you need to do. Right, so Jennifer? Jennifer?
Yes, 100%. I feel like the individualization piece of our industry is key.
Yeah.
And that's why we target a specific population of clients, because we become really well versed and we've seen a lot of different scenarios with that subsect of people. And what works for one person in that same population definitely doesn't work for another, especially as it relates to medical exercise.
Right. Right.
Now you're talking a whole slew of different health conditions.
Right.
Yeah.
And when she means the community that we target, it is people who have a need, who are willing. Usually it's, super responsible people in their 60s, and 70s. Both of us, that is our market, typically. So so it's important that we address the people who typically come to us, right? That's
right. You have a target market, and we're not going to say that's non-inclusive. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, having a business that targets, like your business is always retirement planning.
Right.
You're called
people
the retirement smith.
Right.
Yeah. You're not out there looking for 30, 40-year-olds. Your business mainly has been targeted to 50 plus for retirement planning, but you have helped people on the older end and the younger end from time to time.
Yeah, mostly.
But you have a target market for your business, is what
right. And I think that's what we want to kind of focus on, and we want to kind of talk about what it took maybe for those people to get to the point that they are. And, that may help the younger generations who are listening to this show. But, the people that we serve on a regular basis. So I think one of the biggest misconceptions I have is that I'm a budget guy, and I'm just not. I mean, I get a lot of questions about budget as a financial advisor. I get a lot of questions about what people should spend their money on. That is not my, forte. I typically, I think most people think that that's the default, but it's really not. It's more about, wealth management, distribution, that phase of life. And it is mapping out all income sources, looking for weaknesses and in a financial plan and shoring them up, right?
So you're ready when that paycheck stops.
Right.
Right. I mean, if you're working and going to be working for 25 more years and you need a personal budget, you typically would not go to Jeff Smith to help you with your personal budget. But after you turn 50, 55, you better have a plan in place for income in retirement, because that's a lot trickier than budgeting. If you're having problems budgeting when you're getting a regular paycheck from an employer and that's going to be there every week, what are you going to do in retirement when all you'll have is your money and hopefully Social Security?
Right. There's two areas that I focus in on, and one of them is the population that's about to retire. And I manage that through that whole life cycle all the way until they're in their 80s, 90s, right? So I manage people all the way through that. And the second one is not an age thing. It is a business owner, right? So I focus an awful lot on business owners. Why? Because I skinned my knees for the last 25 years doing things that I can help people avoid, right? So from the aspect of, making good decisions, I want to always talk to business owners about how important it is and how early you can start reinvesting in other things outside of just your business, because we as business owners never look at ways of saving money. We want to always turn it back into the business and develop the business and grow the business, and those are all good things to do. But we could spend a whole show on business owners. So those are the two areas that I really focus on. I am able to talk to different concepts, but I spend all day, every day in that senior financial planning realm and business development for business owners. Making good, sound decisions, saving money potentially saving money on taxes. Creating an income stream. These folks never have a pension or have access to a pension. So, that's a common misconception about what we do. So I want to make sure that was clear on what I actually do on a regular basis.
But this is what you do, Jeff, right there. I mean, my goodness.
There's
not only that's what Jeff does, and he does it well. Look at that young buck.
Yes.
Look at that young buck. Look at that young buck.
Well, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the fitness field.
I guess so.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I guess the one that I get
summarize it for us.
Yeah, one of the ones I get the most, I think, is it's all about aesthetics, right? The way you look, and it's just not. I mean, as a pro, we're focusing way more on your functional strength and your mobility and your balance and your endurance, not your looks. In fact, our whole culture is, we teach that. As soon as you come on board at Fredericksburg Fitness, I mean, we design programs to prevent injury and improve quality of life. If the scale doesn't move and we're helping a client get off the ground to play with their grandchildren or step down off of a curb, then or prevent a fall, then we're doing amazing work. Exercise is medicine. I think is a better approach. I mean, that's kind of the way we treat exercise at our facility. So your stress, I mean, there's a lot of elements, right? Stress, sleep, mood, nutrition. But you're never pushed. Another misconception is that you have to be pushed really hard to get results. If you've got a host of different ailments, we're not going to push you beyond safe limits.
Sure. I think a big misconception for with you, Jennifer, a lot of people, I've talked to people who have watched the show and they talk to me about it. And they think, oh, so he's, Jennifer is he does financial planning and she is a personal trainer, and they think of the person at Lifetime Fitness or whatever gym at a gym that goes around to the different equipment and shows you how to use it, and then tells you, do this many reps here, do this many reps here, do this many reps here, and that's going to be your thing for today. Now, telling them what exercises they should do is that's a part of it, but there's so much more to what you do. You're not just that.
Yeah, and I honestly, when you're in that space, when you're in a room one-on-one with a client and you are literally in an enclosed room, with no distractions.
Right.
There's a lot more work being done there psychologically as well.
Sure.
So,
and the health aspect going in, like you said, you're not just going to show them the equipment and how to use it and then tell them use this, you do this many reps on this many reps on this. Yeah. First, you're going to do a lot. You said, make sure that find out where they're at with their health.
Right. Well, yeah, functional movement screening to make sure there are no pre-existing health conditions or any injuries or any points of pain that would prevent them from participation. Mm-hmm. We're very thorough as far as it goes with the evaluation, because we do need a starting point. We need to know cardio capacity. We need to know their strength, their balance, their flexibility. Sure. We need to know their range of motion in every major joint. That's why we do the gait analysis. I mean, there's a lot of data points that we gather before we ever design a program.
Yeah.
So, I think it might not be a bad idea to maybe over the next couple of shows kind of really paint a picture for people of what we do, because I do think there's a ton of misconceptions about, especially once Tony brought that up about, I mean, I think when people hear financial advisor or personal trainer, you have this automatic picture in your head of what that
people
looks
just
like.
Have a stereotype of what they think that is, and they're like, oh, that's what these guys do. And like you said earlier, you guys are I mean, you're incorporating a lot. I mean, you're authors, you're show hosts, you're writing a book on the subject, and you're really retirement income planning, wealth management, business finance. And then Jennifer, you cover the gamut, and you're even talking about health, diet. When it comes to diet, you have a food service company that provides healthy foods for people. So we do have to wrap the show up. I apologize, but let's continue this discussion next week. Kind of tease it. Is that okay, Jeff?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think we have. I think this has really been a good eye opener for us too, and I think we're gonna kind of dispel some more next week for sure.
Good. Yeah, we'll talk more about misconceptions. And I know you guys were just getting rolling. We could do this for another hour. Jennifer, I know you have a lot with finance. I didn't mean to, or with fitness. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
I'll save it for next week.
Yeah. You're looking younger every second.
Thank you.
From the time I read that post till now, it's just like, wow. All of a sudden, you look younger than Jeff to me. How did that happen? Oh, it's always been that.
Oh, you have eyes. That's
I kind of like it.
I liked it. All right. You guys, you're great, and you're good sports about it. I really appreciate you. And if our listeners need to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
Yes. So we have the website fitnessfinancepro.com. And then from there, you can book your consult with either Jeff or I.
All right. Fitnessfinancepro.com. And that's where you can reach them, and you can get contact information for Jeff or Jennifer and find out how that fitness and finance works together. I love it. Thanks, guys. And listeners and viewers, thank you. That does it for today's episode of Fitness and Finance Radio with our hosts, Jennifer Scherer and Jeffrey Smith.
We love you all.